Hello again, this is Ken Turner from Milford, Ohio, and I have a word from the Lord. Does dead mean dead? I don't know if that's going to stay with the title or not, but we're going to talk about Revelation chapter 3. It's actually the church in Sardis, and there's just some strong, powerful points here I'd like to bring out. This is the angel of the church in Sardis writes, the words of him who has 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your works. He's saying, I have seen your works. I've seen what you are about, what you're doing. You have a reputation of being alive. It means you have a name. You have actually authority of having life. But you are dead. You are all but a corpse, is what it's saying. You're a shell. Something that once was alive, that once had life. What a sad place to be in. What a sad state to be in. I know your work. God's saying, I know you. And you have a reputation of being alive. You have a name. You have authority of having life. But you are dead. You are all but a corpse, a shell, something that once had life. We've saw this before. We saw this in the business world. We saw that in the church. We saw it in all types of things. A business that's dying, it closes up. You see it. There's no life left in it. They don't take care of the building. The things they offer is mediocre. And before you know it, the business closes up. But this is the church he's talking about. This is us he's talking about. And here he is speaking to them. I know your works. I've seen your works. And see, I have personal experience in this situation. When I went through depression and I had medical issues and things like that brought me to a place of depression, and I walked away from ministry. I walked away from doing things for God. God had saw my works. I still had a reputation of being alive. I had a reputation of being a Christian, of being a preacher. But I was dead inside. I was not allowing God to work in and through me. And here he's speaking to the church here in Sardis, but he's also speaking, I feel like that he's speaking to some of you today. Do you feel like you're just a corpse? You're just a shell walking around with no life left in you? Something that was, or are you what they called in the sports world, I guess, a has-been? He's saying here, he says, wake up. Come into being, arise, become alive again. Allow yourself once more to be stirred by God. That's what God did to me. He dealt with me and brought me back to a place of life. He's telling them here, he says, and strengthen what remains. This is in Revelation chapter 3. Strengthen what remains. Make fast, sure, determined, established. Jeremiah talks about having a fire burning within me. He told it the Lord. He said, Lord, I'm done with this. I'm so discouraged. People attack me. People hate me for what I'm saying. And I'm not going to say another word. But he said there was a fire down inside. And it doesn't matter how low the embers are burning. There's many times I've burn piles and things like that. And you stir up the hot coals down there. Nothing left but ashes down in there. You stir that up. Before you know it, you'll see a flame arise. And that's what we have to do. We have to allow God to work in our life and bring us back to life. Oh, strengthen us, Lord. Strengthen us. Oh, that God would stir your heart once more and that you would come back and you may draw from that well. But it's your choice. It's your decision. What will you do with this message today? What will you do with your choice today? You make up your mind. Is God dealing with your heart? Is he dealing with your soul? Let him speak to you today and draw you back to him.